Since the singers in the sunset, shooting,
yeah, I mean, I in a creative eye. So, she has a clothing label called Nasimba for you, and she's always having a creative eye. So sometimes I look at her video. She has a camera. I look at her videos and be like, my dear, I think you're an artist. You know, I think you are a DOP. You know, I wouldn't say necessarily she's the next Sasha Vibes, but she definitely has the eye. So, you know, I said, Kari, to get Zanzibar, here's the camera. If you could do a video, my dear, my sweetheart, what would you do? Yeah, I mean, she did it. First of all, she did it perfectly. 1, 2, the video was so good that Trace Urban is going to be playing it. Not Trace Musiki, Trace Urban International is going to be playing both videos. So Taju Ujui, which was shot by Tony Blackwolf, and Sunset Drift, which was shot by Madame Matilda Chigozi. And yeah, they're going to be releasing both videos at the same time, which has never been heard of. Again, another first for Uganda. But also, I think just having your wife also must be another first. You know, having my wife actually shoot a video after doing 60 videos is a blessing. It shows also the power of women. You know, I think we need more women directors in the industry. Rapper, I think maybe on the continent, has done a double release, double videos, double singles. So it's a first. It's a first for Uganda. Again, Uganda, oye.
Decide that Obulambu bugenda kutangwa mu Navio.
You know, we are pushing, you know, for a Rubaga boy to be thrusted into the spotlight and to have to represent my people. You know, you have to realize that you represent more than yourself. You know, so things are going well so far. But in the album, my 6th album that came out, and that was Vibes Out the East. So these songs are actually from Vibes Out the East. And then after that, we did Navio X Project, which was cultural, to Batembu villages all over Uganda, bonding with the culture. And there were some songs we hadn't yet finished on Vibes Out the East. So at the end of the day, we listened to the fans, you know.
Katogerako kuzina enyimba zetukoze double release akuliko sunset something, but then your last one pronouncing it in Luswahili.
Yeah, I mean, tulimu East Africa in Uganda, but my birthplace is Kenya. So my birthplace is Kenya. I go on holiday in Tanzania. I'm Ugandan, so waliwo East African vibe already said, because as a Ugandan, I'm representing Uganda. I shot one video in Zanzibar, Tanzania, and then I shot another video in Kenya. So those are, you know, the media Bagamberi win. It's a win for East Africa, not just myself. So yeah, I'm glad that I get to be the one who gets a chance to actually do it and represent at an event like this.
Since the singers in the sunset, Aleese shooting,
yeah, I mean, I in a creative eye. So she has a clothing label called Nasimba for you, and she's always having a creative eye. So sometimes I look at her video. She has a camera. I look at her videos and be like, my dear, I think you're an artist. You know, I think you are a DOP. You know, I wouldn't say necessarily she's the next Sasha Vibes, but she definitely has the eye. So, you know, I said, Kari, to get Zanzibar, here's the camera. If you could do a video, my dear, my sweetheart, what would you do? Yeah, I mean, she did it. First of all, she did it perfectly. 1, 2, the video was so good that Trace Urban is going to be playing it. Not Trace Musiki, Trace Urban International is going to be playing both videos. So Taju Ujui, which was shot by Tony Blackwolf, and Sunset Drift, which was shot by Madame Matilda Chigozi. And yeah, they're going to be releasing both videos at the same time, which has never been heard of. Again, another first for Uganda. But also, I think just having your wife also must be another first. You know, having my wife actually shoot a video after doing 60 videos is a blessing. It shows also the power of women. You know, I think we need more women directors in the industry.
A week back, Mwalimu celebrating anniversary
anniversary, CV yangu. You know, we've been together 12 years. Now, you know, it's fifth anniversary. So, 5th anniversary, it's important. Half of 10. Now, year for me, it feels like a decade. If they've been 20 years of Navio, it's been 10 years of me and my mother. So those are, a bit of romance, a bit of letting her know how you feel. It's important for relationships. As a real man, you need to show your woman that you respect her. People can't just fear you every day. You need to show that you're respected and loved. That's the only way you have a real relationship in my view.
A lot of relationships is a common industry. It's lasting for long. Maybe because I talk about much faster than a bank.
Those are, I think me generally in a humble profile, simple profile. I'm a mirror, like that mirror right there. I reflect what I get. Bumper respect, or respect. So with her, she gives me love. I give her love. She gives me respect. I give her love. I give her respect as well. So she doesn't want to be out in the media. Even me, those are in a talent, celebrity lifestyle. Nice, saga. I don't want to be in a celebrity profile, if I'm being honest. It just so happens that my talent lends me to being on television, lends me to being on the chart. Profile, I'm a simple guy at the end of the day. In the farm, people know me. I'm there in Chitalia doing micro farming, the humble. So, I found someone who had a similar mindset. She's about family, she's about building, she's about getting better as family, and that's important to me. So we click. That's why we've lasted.
Let's talk about your last project, Navio project. You had a lot of songs from enyimba over what 10 different songs.
Yes.
Katugeza kupokea kweze enyimba, meka kweze zako la background,
Yeah, so tubadde ne 10 tracks, 13 episodes. I'm happy to announce actually for the first time there's going to be a Navio X project season 2. It's official. We have our partners, so there's going to be a Navio X season 2. I'm looking forward to that. So we had to also do this double release because it was on an album before, but it was on Vibes Out the East. So we did these 2 songs. Navio X has come. We released the song for the Wasoga. Next up, we're doing the song for the Batoro. So we're going to be releasing the song for the Batoro after this double release, and then we're doing the song for the Karamajong. Then we're going to leave season 1 there. But Navio X, it was an interesting project because, but the Musomero, people know I was in Kenya for school. I was in Kenya for school. After Kenya, South Africa, so Uganda, South Africa. So I've done both Uganda and outside. Naye, culture has always been important to me. So when I came back, that was me searching my own culture. But then as I travel, I see 100 other places, 200 other cultures in East Africa. I was like, we need to capture these cultures and we need to put them down. The same way I'm doing with Njogereza, etc. They actually have to do the same, So for me, I come as, people see me as a neutral guy anyway, maybe because of the brown skin, I don't know. But I decided I have an interest in cultures. Let me come and let me bring these guys, because I feel like if we have actually influence, Karamajong influence, Baganda influence, Toro influence in our music, we have potential to excel and we have potential to do more.
Why is it that enyimba ezisinga katugamba of the project or the album nti ntono nnyo kwezo ziyitawo katugamba obanga tyabutyabu nolubanga lwe luli waggulu nnyo okusinga ku ndaluganda zibakwezibulira?
I mean, see enyimba za chat, but you have to understand there is a place for those songs. When they heard my songs, the head of the Grammys told me, come to LA. By just hearing the project, he heard the project, he said, come to LA. So when you get there off the strength of your music, I think it's powerful. People can say, hey man, you're not doing hit, you should do a hit called, shake, or shake this, shake your palms. There's a place for that. But also when people are driving, when people are going to, do serious things, you need serious music. So those are, I think me being invited to the Grammys shows that there's an importance for the project I'm doing, the Navio X project. And also me getting partners to do season 2 shows that there are people who are interested in that. So I think the songs are going to come out. When they do, they're going to be very powerful. Toro, Karamoja, those are the next up. you'll see what happens.
In the first place, why do you do more music? Is it because you want to gain one out of it, or it's just for fun?
For me, music is a calling. So the same way I excelled at basketball, and people knew me for that, the same way that I excelled at rugby, the same way that I excelled, at biology. For me, when I see a challenge at something I'm interested in, I go full force. So for me, music, I have the talent. Why not show it? Why not share it with the world? A lot of times I see people on TV and rappers struggling. They're with other Kenyan rappers. They're looking lost. I'm like, I can do that. So it's my job to represent. If we have the best footballer, and there's someone who's as good as Cristiano Ronaldo, but he's in our living room, in Ntinda, he's there in Uganda. What he should be saying is, I can do that. Let me go and do that. But we have a lot of people who have the talent and they never do anything with it. So for me, I was like, I know I have the talent, And then in the next 3 years, back in 2012, I was in the top 5 in Africa. We're there closing out the Big Brother Africa finale, and you had the biggest artists there. You had D'banj with Oliver Twist and with Kanye West. You had Nato C. You had the Navio from Rivers. They're the reason that my lifestyle is as it is. So I think once you do the maths, you do the accounting. It's quite straightforward. I definitely get a lot more out than I put in, and I feel like I've developed my talent. I feel like I have, I feel like I have the right to gain what I gain because I've pushed my talent to this level.
Putting that aside, what's the relationship between you and Kede? Was something about to affect him?
No, I didn't attack him. Bebe has had 4 interviews where he said things about me, and for me, he's always been an older brother. He's always been someone I respect. Ultimately, I was working with him. The second video he ever put his face in was a clear-cut video. He shot it called Superstar. That's the second video he's ever done. So I've been with him since then. So sometimes it was really just a younger brother being taken back by some of his comments, to get on live TV and talk about the genre, like the whole genre, doing hip hop, saying, Navio, you're the one in your genre who has done good things. Throwing out the rest of the people I'm working with. You can't throw out what Fefe has done. You can't throw out what Fake has done. You can't throw out what Gravity's done. You can't throw out what the Myth has done. And say, Navio, at least you're okay. But the rest, because of also using your money, I'm like I said, when someone I have more endorsements than cannot tell me a statement like that. You know what I mean? It's like, and then also to be like, oh yeah, using your mom's money. I'm like, I'd rather use my own money than the government money. You know what I mean? So it was just us saying facts. I saw him the next week, and I went up and said, hi, how are you doing, brother? He's my brother. This is just a little disagreement between brothers. It's nothing serious. We've both been in serious situations. This is not a serious issue. You know what I mean? He said something I didn't like. He said it 4 times over in the last 4 years, in the last 20 years of my career. And I didn't like it. You can't talk about hip hop in a disrespectful way and think that I'm just going to be like, yeah, okay, at least I'm the one getting respect. No. You talk about the whole genre, I'm going to address it.
Enyimba nyingi nyoza bakuye trends nyingi zize nayo kwenda tova ku trend yo ku January kandi okutema play tojiva kukola music ko abazenga trend to trend is nojivukira. Why do you do that?
But it depends where you're talking about. My career extends further than Uganda, so I can't always be dropping Jogereza. I cannot always be doing Batman from Kamucha. I need my one and onlys. The fans that I have in the UK, the fans I have in the States, we were on tour last year, during the summer. So because of that, and I'm able to do it. So in the versatile, I'm not going to try and hide, be like, oh, I cannot do in Jogereza, I cannot do blah, blah, blah. For me, it's all music. I have it in my capability, so why not do it?
Navio as a brand, your brand in name. If I tell you come up and say something, people take it on. They watch on now called a revolutionary song.
Yeah.
Revolutionary song.
I have a song called Revolution itself. Revolution, Maurice Kiria and Clear Cat. It's called Revolution 1. 2. I have a song with Salailo Solota called La La La, which is about corruption. I have a song about inspiration. I have a songs with First Love. I'm on their first album, 2 songs of inspiration, 1 of gospel. Yeah, I think I'm the wrong one when it comes to that because I started as an inspirational MC. You know, I started in the church, so. Yeah.
Chicholo, what is politics?
I mean, yeah, politics is not for me personally. At one point, I thought we might have a lane in that, but at the end of the day, I know that my calling is to help the creatives first and foremost. When I can help the creatives, then I can maybe think about going wider, but I need to start in what I know. And right now, you have 1 million artists, 1 million artists who are unable to feed their families. You know, artists who do exactly what I do, but they're not able to reap from it. So if people say I'm a rich boy who's doing this, and I'm able to find a way to make it make sense, why can't the next person who has more hits than me make more than me? You know, consistently get those royalties, consistently get those endorsements, consistently get what is deserves of being played in all over the world. Radios and TV should start paying people for what they do. So those are the first people I need to feed, simply because I'm in the business. If I was a basketball player, I'd be helping basketball players first and foremost. So politics, to me, I will get around to it at some point. Yeah, I think the time is not right for me right now.
Okay, Navio, back to the double video release.
Yes, sir.
Ekintu kino okikoze kweraga because it is one of a kind. Tekibangawo omuntu okwera ngo release videos billion mulundi gumu. What is the main reason behind that?
Those are hip hop tuli trendsetters, tuli trailblazers. So, for example, the first big video ever done was by hip hoppers. They also happened to be my group, Clear Cut. But the first proper concert that was held, quality concert that was held, was also Clear Cut, hip hoppers. You know, the first proper breakdance project was Sylvester Abrams. You know, the first ever activism in the ghettos that was done properly was Bataka. You know, hip hoppers kind of blaze the trail, and now everybody, they don't notice, but they dress like us, talk like us, wear hats like us, hoodies. Hip hop is a culture that transforms, and it blazes the trail so that the Miley Cyruses and Justin Biebers who are singing can follow. And so that's exactly what we're doing here. We're showing that if I want to release 2 songs at the same time, I can do that. You know, both of them are going to get international airplay. That's a first. You know, these are 2 hip hop songs coming out at the same time. That's a first. You know, I think that doing a thing on this level actually is the first properly sponsored event for a release like this that's ever happened. So I'm glad to be blazing the trail in that regard. Now, at the end of the day, I'm just a Rubaga boy, and I'm in Muganda, and Muganda, we have many ideas. So it's just one of those ideas, you know, that resonated, I think, with the sponsor, resonated with the people, and resonated with hip hop.
Unlike other artists, we oli proud okubeera ng'otambula ne mukyalawo mu bifo gy'obogenzi okunyumirirwa also performing. Kwena anniversary yammwe gye mwamaze okuba nga mujaguza. How have you dealt with abaana abawala abajja oluusi ne mukyalawo, she gets excited?
Yeah, you know, but the industry, when I was 14, you know, I was 14 years old. I know I was in the industry when I was 14, so to buy the temptation immediately. You know, and I'm being flown out to the States, I'm being flown out to South Africa, we're being flown all over the place. I'm seeing women, all walks of life, supermodels, you know, everything. So for me, what you look like on the outside is only half of the battle. You need to be a real person. You need to be a person that is kind, cares about the environment, cares about people. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is what it is. You know. But she, for me, is one of those people who's beautiful on the inside, outside, mind. You know, she's a go-getter. She's a working woman. You know, and so it's a person that I can't. That's the person I cannot live with. I cannot live without her. So yeah.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Utajua Ujui is finally out.
What does it mean?
Utajua. If you don't know, you will know. If you don't know, you will find out. That's what it means. Utajua Ujui. Don't worry, you'll find out
With
in
the
time.
journalists or
Everyone will listen to that song.
Everybody.
who needs to know? Like,
Everybody. If you didn't understand, you will understand. If you didn't know what I was doing, you get it. Utajua, ujui. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.